All right, we are about to start the second training game.
Here we go. Should be playing black this time.
I have white. I think I'm just going to probably just try knight f3. I usually play e4, but I want to try something different. I played for the first time against Austin in an over the board game. I think g3.
All right, knight f3. Usually I just play knight f6 here. Don't like to get move ordered into an English or anything.
I have a lot of flexibility on how I want to set up. I think I'm just going to play g3.
I'm just stick with this. There's g3. I see nothing wrong with copy.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for a double fianchetto setup. This looks very fun. This looks very fun.
Just let me. All right, he's going for the double fianchetto. He's really like inviting me to try to play something a little aggressive, but I feel like just copying him, honestly.
There's so much flexibility here with for both sides. At any point, they can put a pawn in the center, or we could both do double fianchetto.
I mean, if b6, bishop b2, bishop b7, bishop takes f6, bishop f3, e3, f3, bishop h3, bishop a1, f3, f6. I feel pretty good about copying. I also feel good about playing c5, though, honestly. I think c5 is good.
He's taking his time, which is a good thing. I'm not sure. I think he's just deciding on which setup he wants to use.
Maybe I'll just play. Yeah, because I don't want to allow d4.
C5. I think I should probably just continue. I could go either bishop. I don't think it matters. Could go c4 now to prevent d5. So if I allow d4, I could play c4. This is an interesting thought, whether or not to prevent d5 by playing c4. So one thing I'm thinking about is bishop b2, d5, c4, d4. I could go e3, and after something like bishop g7, I could take. That doesn't look that bad. Or I could play c4 immediately, which also doesn't look that bad. And then eventually play for d4. Those are kind of my two ideas. Because I don't think it's not the end of the world if he gets his pawn to d4. But I think it's more about what I want to play, what type of position I want to play. I think both are fine. But I think I will go c4 though. Yeah. And now it's in English. Now it's in English, I suppose.
Okay. He plays c4. I expected this move. I love how I say that, like it matters at all. I think we're going to get a very symmetrical structure here. I don't see him going for d4. Bishop g7 is kind of a gimme move. And boy, did I spend way too long on that move.
I should probably just meet him. I don't think I have to think that long for this move. I'm gonna finish my king and fianchetto.
Okay, bishop b2. What do I know for sure? I know for sure that my knight wants to go to c6. So let's do it. I expect knight c3.
Okay. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I don't know about the move order, if I should go bishop g2 or if I should go knight c3. Kind of like the idea of waiting on knight c3. I think I'm just going to play bishop g2 first and decide where this knight wants to go later.
Play queen c7. I can play d6. I can castle. Queen c7 probably is counterproductive. Okay, so he does play bishop g2. Okay, so d6 is a nice move to have played. Really, no matter what the position is.
d6. Not d5. It's interesting how he committed his pawn already to d6. that signals that he's not going to Fianchetto and that he wants to develop his bishop with bishop g4 or something like that. I don't think it's anything fancy. I should do anything fancy here. I think I should just castle.
I think my philosophy for the next few moves is just going to be play whatever is easy and save some of the thinking for later. Anything nice will work here. Castles. Castles.
So definitely a very different style than I usually play. Okay, I really want to go d4. Play d4. Pawn takes here. I don't think I have anything to really worry about. My knight's well guarded. The only thing I have to worry about is knight movements, like knight h5, and now the knight is pinned to the bishop. My bishop's unguarded, undefended, but I think I should be fine. d4 just feels like a very natural move here, so I think I want to play it. d4, he could play a move like knight e5, but then maybe I go queen c2. Then bishop here? Whoa. Yeah, d4, knight e4. I don't think knight e4 is very good, but I need to make sure it's not good. I do have queen c2. If he does play bishop f5, I can go knight h4. And if he tries to do some discoveries, I can just take. Yeah, and I'm not too scared in this position. I'm not too scared. I'm not scared. Yeah. And if f5, I could even play e5. Or d5, I mean. If f5, I could play d5. My queen's guarding my bishop now. Then I want to play d4. I thought that for a while. I probably should not spend more than a minute and a half on each move.
Plays d4. We go down this line. C takes d4. Knight takes d4. There I can play queen c7 or knight takes d4. Knight takes d4. He can play queen takes d4, which is really annoying. So c takes d4, knight d4. Bishop d7 makes a lot of sense there. It's more or less what I wanted to play anyway. Queen c7 too. The moves come naturally. I'm just worried that with less space, I'm not going to be able to make things work. But concretely, I don't see how that's going to happen. I conclude then, this move is a little bit too early. I can just take.
Okay, so it's gonna play knight takes. Nothing complicated. Not sure what to expect from him here. Bishop d7 makes a lot of sense.
Okay, knight d4, two attackers on c6. No other threats that I can see. Bishop d7 and queen c7 are moves. Queen c7, there's knight b5, which is annoying. Maybe not that good. Knight d4, queen d4 is incredibly frustrating. We'll do our best to avoid that eventuality. Bishop d7 feels like the best move.
And then maybe I could even play e4. And it's like a Meraxi bind, actually, which is kind of interesting. I kind of want to play knight c3. But if knight takes, queen takes, are there any good discoveries? I don't think so. If a move like knight h5, I can always just go queen d2 or queen f4. Wait, no, not knight h5. I cannot go queen f4, but I can go queen d2 though, which looks totally fine. Knight h5, queen d2, knight f6. Yeah, I think this is totally fine. If I just go knight c6, knight b4. I don't think I have anything to worry about with knight b4. Yeah, nothing to worry about. I should just play it.
I don't want to have e4 being a good move. My instinct is to play queen c7 and a6. Maybe not in that order, somehow. He wants to do is play knight d5. So maybe here it's my responsibility to play e6, which really isn't the move that I want to play. It's also quite counter to. I think I can rule out e6. Knight d5 is very annoying. Certainly not be taking it. So I guess the question then is what improvements can I make? Rook e8 feels like a pretty good one. I'm going to go for it.
White is slightly better, but just slightly. White has a little bit more space, and that's it. He's been thinking for a while here. I think he's coming up with a plan. Wow, Rook e8. That's a deep idea. I don't know what the idea is, but it's deep. I could play e4, and I don't know why this move is just appealing to me because it's like a Maraxi bind type of structure. I don't think he ever wants to push his e pawn because moving the rook there implies you want to push your e pawn. But I feel like if I play e4, if he plays e5, that just looks horrible positionally, right? This can't be good positionally.
Looking at possibilities of e5, but certainly I'll have to play a6 before anything like that would work. Probably a little bit more setup is going to be required even after that.
Also, e5 would block in his own bishop, so e4 is like the immediate move that comes to my mind. Queen d2 also looks totally fine, but I do waste some time because my queen has to move again. Knight d5 could also be a move too. I wonder if he wants to play knight e5 at some point, like knight d5, knight e5 maybe. But I don't know. I really want to play e4 so badly. This is not good. But maybe knight e5. Kind of want to play h3, e4, knight e5, maybe h3, and then I could play f4. That could be okay. Really want to play e4. I could go rook c1. If I go takes and takes, queen d2 now. Yeah, taking on c6 first and then playing queen d2. That also looks totally fine. I really like e4 here. I think I'm just going to go with my gut and play e4.
Now, positions similar to this, I always seem to find myself in positions with bad engine evaluations. They're difficult to play. This one I don't think I've lost a grip on just yet. Okay, he plays e4. I'm actually not too scared of that. I think it's a good move, but it's not a scary move. It also opens up possibilities of some kind of knight takes d4 and a discovery with my own knight. I don't see any of those for now. I think a6 is a logical continuation to prepare a sort of e5. What about c5? I don't think that's anything. With e4 being played, I feel a little bit better about my position. Not a lot, mind you, but a little.
He wants to play with b5, maybe? Not sure. Really want to play knight d5 now. It just feels so natural. b5, though, I think I should still be fine. I don't think that's anything to worry about. I think I'm going to play it. This looks not that bad.
And it now occurs to me that e5 is somewhat a ridiculous idea. Like, why would I ever want to be going for that? Okay, knight d5, I expected this move. Makes a lot of sense. e6 is the move that I want to play, but he isn't threatening anything. So let's think. If I play e6, I'm weakening the d6 square. Could be a problem in the future. If I play e6 and he plays knight takes f6, I'll probably play bishop f6. Knight takes c6, I will always play taking with the bishop, which will add a defender. If he plays, so I really don't think that's a very strong continuation. Ah, wait, maybe he wins a pawn. More to think about. Okay, e6, knight f6, bishop f6, knight c6, bishop c6, queen takes f6, queen takes d6. I don't want to allow that. How do I make that bad? I can just move my knight out of the way, right? Like knight h5? Knight h5, bishop f3?
Okay, that's interesting. Well, firstly, I can release the tension by taking this knight, and then after he takes back either with the bishop or the pawn, probably the pawn, I can just take this. And I don't have to worry about this pin anymore. He doesn't have any threats here. I could go g g4. g4 looks absolutely ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably okay. g4 because his knight can't go here because of my knight. g4 here takes. I don't understand knight h5. And he's playing tons of moves I don't understand today. I do kind of just want to take. Oh, pawn takes though. Ah, yes, that's his idea. Takes and pawn takes. Bishop takes. Maybe king takes. I have to move my knight. Kind of annoying. g4 looks totally. g4 is so chaotic. Is so crazy of a move. He could take. Then I could take. If g4 takes, takes. He could take here, which doesn't look that good for me. But if g4 and takes, then I could take. And he's not threatening anything. He could give up his knight like this with a check. And after something like queen takes, he could take this bishop. I can't believe I'm considering a move like g4. If he takes with a pawn, I could take. Oh, if king takes, then I could go g4. Here. Wait, this is actually super interesting. Holy cow, wait. Maybe this is about what he was probably calculating all these capture chains. What is he gonna do if I just don't release the tension? What if I just go queen d2 and I make him take on my terms? Is he gonna ever play e6? I'm not that concerned if he ever plays e6. I can always go knight e3. I don't think this is anything to worry about.
The next move, if he does something unthreatening, like rook e1, is to play e6. Will he play g4? Seems ridiculous. Definitely seems to be considering this a lot. Bishop f3, I need a better. I'm just kind of beating around the bush because I don't know what to do. Queen d2. Far from what I was expecting. Okay. Queen d2. Is he making a threat with that move? No. So if I play e6, knight c6, bishop c6, e6, knight c6, bishop c6, and queen c7 played. Maybe this is the move where I finally made a blunder, but screw it.
He does play e6. I can't go here. Or here. I could go here, but that would be bad. I don't like it. I don't like that move. Knight e3 looks so fine. I need to move. I need to move faster. Move faster.
And knight e3, I think is fine, but not anything special. Knight e3. So he clearly disagrees with me. And probably he wants knight takes e6 to occur. So I play queen c7, knight c6, bishop c6. We both stack our rooks, and he plays bishop g7. Play knight g7.
I think this very positional approach is probably okay for me to do. That also makes sense. Oh, maybe I should put rook f d1. Oh, wait. I think my rooks are on the wrong files. I think.
Maybe my plan is to stack on the d file and rotate the knight to d7. Or, sorry, e8. Anyway, knight c6, bishop c6. Definitely played e2. There was a knight e8, which is a big problem. Okay, what do I think about this position? I was so deep in thought. I think he's better, but I'm holding.
f4 prepares g4.
So knight c6, bishop c6, bishop g7, I think is the key line. And now the question is, do I want to play knight takes g7 or king takes g7? Knight takes g7 defends some squares. I could even try to play e5 or f5. I'm never too far away. Knight takes g7, knight g4. No, it can't be. I'm getting good vibes.
I'm like hardcore focused.
the moment where I play some f6. Is f6 the move here? f6, knight g4 is the problem. King g7, knight g4. f6, knight g4. Maybe it's a blunder. We'll find out.
Queen z3 might have been slightly better, more centralized, and controls this diagonal. Whoa, 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 whoa. f4. I'm gonna threaten to trap his knight.
Plays pawn f4. Play king f7 to meet g4 with knight g7.
King f7 would be an interesting move. King f7, g4, knight here, g5. That's interesting. He did it. Here, here. Oh, I don't know what to do. Let's go for it. I'm gonna just play like this.
And now he plays g5. Queen e7 makes sense. Knight h5 makes sense. Knight h5 though feels like the better move.
If he pushes, that weakens. I mean, that square is weak. That weakens that square is weak. Good English. Okay. This looks very good for me. Okay. Sure.
5 takes, not take. Getting a lot of weaknesses here. A lot of weaknesses. Play rook takes. Right. Takes e5.
Okay. I'm getting in. He can't go this way, or I guess he can. Attacking the queen. Okay, I'm up a pawn, but it's not a super convincing pawn. Ah, no mind. I'm not up a pawn anymore. So much for that.
Pawn takes. Rook takes g5. And queen g7.
What am I doing? Queen f2 also. Just triple stack. This isn't that good. I have a connect 4, which is pretty cool. Kind of has to take. I'm going to pre-move this.
Everything else is even. What is he gonna try? Take everything. Go. I can hold this. Yeah.
Queen here. Just going to pre-move this. Okay, scramble time. I should be better in this endgame, but I don't know how much better.
Open up a second front. You want to trade off these pawns. Also not give him enough time to think.
I don't think that was good, but that's okay. If he takes to go rook c7, I can take, and if he takes, I can take there. I can take the a6 pawn, which looks pretty good. I'm not sure if he's going to go for the counterplay or not. He does not yet.
Now play rook b7. And rook b2.
Just push past pawns. Okay. Pretty happy here. King here. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, we're good. Whew, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm limiting his counterplay. I think I could probably just push the pawn to victory, but this is also winning. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, man. Holy cow. Okay, also that was a dude, that game was stressful. I there okay, I don't know. What are your first reactions from that game?
I really have no idea what I did wrong.
Like I think I think it was all about your knight on h5. Oh wait, let me go
It
back.
was, yeah, but I don't know how I
Wait, let me
could have possibly
okay.
orchestrated that differently.
Okay, yeah, I'm turning off the engine for now. So I'm gonna skip to the part that was the most critical. Okay, I went. So yeah, I was the time scramble portion of it all was crazy. Um, so yeah, Queen B2. You played F6. Yeah, because I guess you were scared of like if Knight F6, then Knight G4.
Uh, Not immediately, but
Oh,
yeah, down the line for sure.
okay, yeah, because you're kind of in this eternal pin. But the thing is, like, if I don't go Knight G4 immediately, then you can just go Queen E7 and get yourself out of the pin. Was kind of my thought
Yeah, I mean,
process.
I looked at that, of course, but I don't know. I guess I didn't play it because it gave me bad vibes with my weak dark squares.
That's
But I guess that was a path. I mean, certainly before that, I didn't feel like you had any advantage at all. But
I think
maybe
white
you did.
was always slightly better just because more space. Not enough better to be not better enough to like claim a huge advantage, but like I'm just slightly better. That was kind of my evaluation internally. But
I
uh,
considered that for a second. I was like, I was trying to evaluate it, and I was like, yeah, I thought white is better a little bit, and then because of yeah, same reason, more space. But when you think about it, really, I've traded off all the pieces that couldn't find any space. I don't think it matters a whole lot.
no, no, it definitely doesn't. But it's just like a plus point two type of position.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
it depends on how you want to think about it. But yeah, after F6, maybe there's something else you could have done because after F4, you have so many problems with your knight. So I feel like F6 must have been the bad move. Do you think it was F6 was not a bad move or
No, I think F6 was bad. Probably not F6 is better, but bad vibes.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only real mistake. But then it got so messy.
I did not think that the kingside pawn advance was the way to go.
Like G4 and G5.
Yeah, I felt like I was fine more or less after that.
Wow. Wow, we have totally different. I mean, we were both moving pretty fast. But I thought this was like crushing. That was like so I mean, I don't know. E5 was very good by you on move 22. That was
Oh, I hated that move.
Oh, wait, what move should you have done then?
My other idea was queen b6.
Oh, Queen B6 attacking the knight. That's interesting. I guess I should
Yeah.
I guess I have to
I,
go.
I have this crazy idea. So in the position after g5,
Okay.
I mean, I rejected this immediately during the game, but I don't think I should have. Can I just play f5?
Queen F6 though. It looks kind of scary,
And king
but
g8?
maybe it's totally fine. No way. The fact that this is fine is actually wild. Okay.
But like you have no way to bring anything in.
Yeah, maybe it is totally fine.
I don't know. Engine will tear holes in it. Can't wait.
Yeah, I
But
don't.
okay.
Yeah,
After
this
that,
it looks so solid. Actually, I actually don't know. No, I think you're onto something. Because I also rejected F5 for you also very quickly. Um, no, I think you're right. Sorry, what was the next moment you wanted to look at?
I want to go through the end game, mostly because I feel like at some point there has to have been something. Either like we hung a piece or something stupid like that.
It's definitely possible. So, yeah, after E5 and I took and yeah, so you're losing that pawn on F6. I wonder if it was better to take with the D pawn instead of with the rook. I mean, we both have no time, so
With the D pawn, you say. I'd
yeah.
like knight D5.
Oh, you think maybe 95 is even better now? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Okay, it kind of transposed to almost the same thing, but the pawn's on a different square.
Yeah,
Okay.
the pawn blocks E5 now, and now I can't play rook G5 ever.
Hmm. Oh, okay. That's
I think this
interesting.
is a slightly worse version, but
Y-
maybe it's the same. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, maybe this is better what you
I
did.
did I did consider it, but I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, I love the Connect Four. I was shouting it out. The Connect Four on move 27.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I did not see that my G pawn was hanging. I literally said to myself like, okay, I'm up a pawn, but it's probably not worth that much right now. And then I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm not up a pawn. I'm like, okay. Um, and a move 28. So I don't think we missed any hanging pieces. Um,
At least not yet.
not yet.
Gotta give it time.
Not yet. No hanging pieces yet. I
That
doubled
being
my
said,
rooks.
I have to have a better move than Queen G7. Queen G7 was a bit of a panic reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Queen G7. I don't know.
Like maybe Rook E8.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Rookie
My
eights.
idea is to play like Queen E7 maybe, and Rook E6 is not as powerful. Some Queen D7 idea. Hmm.
I don't know. If you play rookie eight, I'm still doubling my rooks on the F file. Um, I'm not sure. Yeah, and actually, if you play rookie three or something like something silly like that, then it'll be rook F8 checkmate. Not that you would hang it, but um,
Yeah.
yeah. But I actually,
Definitely was on there.
I don't know. I feel like yeah, Queen G7 doesn't feel that bad.
But it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe I can start with B5.
Oh, start with B5. That's interesting. Start with B5. Ooh, if you start with B5, what if I go Queen E2 now, and I control the E file, and I want to go bring my queen in?
Like Queen E6.
Yeah, Queen E6. I don't know what it does, but it looks menacing.
Right about that.
Um,
Okay,
like
so what if I play Rook E5?
oh, Rook E5. I could check you. Okay, Rook
Like
G1
Queen G2
check.
or Rook G1?
Rook
Rook G1.
G1,
Okay.
King H8, and I have no threats. Maybe Queen F2. So now I'm threatening Rook F8 check.
And if I just go like Queen E7?
Queen E7. I'm gonna go Rook F7,
Rook F7.
and now I have Queen F6 actually coming.
Okay. So maybe Rook E2?
Oh, after Rook F7, Rook E2.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I double first for what it's worth, or I go on your seventh rank first.
Rook G7, you mean?
Yeah, I go. Yeah, Rook GG7, or I
No,
guess.
because then
Or
I play Queen E4. and I think you lose, don't
Well,
you?
no, I take your rook first. Or I take your queen first. So after the queen trade, I double my
Rook
rooks.
e7, rook f2. Okay, now rook
Yeah, yeah. Um,
g7. Okay.
I mean, maybe a lot of pawns are coming off the board, so it could still be a draw. But it
Rook
looks.
a2, rook h7, king g8. Hmm. I don't know. How do you break through?
Maybe I don't need to break through. Maybe I could just cash in. I don't know if I cash
How
in yet.
so?
Oh, just like
Are
just
we looking at the
take.
position after
ta-
king g8?
oh, just take the H pawn, the H5 pawn.
Okay.
There's got to be something better, but I think this might be good too.
And if just b takes c4?
B takes. Well, probably B takes. I have to be careful not
Okay.
to blunder checkmate. I have to.
Rook c2?
Rook C2. I could just go. Hmm. I'm allowing a lot of counterplay. This looks more like a draw or a loss for white. Yeah,
So maybe that's what I had to do. That's
but
a lot to, to look for. Like play b5 right away though. Might definitely feels more intuitive than playing queen g7.
yeah, I'm still convinced that white still has to be better. I just don't know exactly where. I think like if we go back in the line on move 34, rook g7 after if I did potentially double up on the 7th rank before you did, um this has to be
So
significantly better. I just don't know how.
so you're talking about the position after we trade queens and rook g7.
Yeah. And after rook takes
So
a
I mean I take on a2. Are you gonna play anything other than rook h7?
after I take on h7, maybe I take on b5 and
Takes on b5. Okay.
then
A takes,
I'm
right?
gonna go rook e g7 check and then
Uh-huh.
play rook b7.
Then play rook b7. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's not great. Okay. King g8.
King g8. Okay, that's a good move.
I more or less have to, I think. Yeah, but I agree this isn't looking
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, even in this position, it could definitely still be a loss for white considering it's a time scramble. but um, but it's got to be good. I just have to maybe I can still take the H pawn. I just don't like how many checkmate ideas you have because my king's stuck on the back rank. Um,
great. Well, you always have g2.
I kind of want. Well, no. For example, like rook takes h5, and then rook e8, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually don't know how I stop checkmate. Like,
Yeah. Rook e6.
oh, I'd say like if I took the pawn on h5. Um, so I can't play rook e6.
Oh, the carnage. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's one way I could lose. So I actually don't know. So I think I might, if you played king g8, I might just go rook h g7 check, and after you move your king somewhere, I honestly might play rook g2. I honestly might play rook g2. Uh, and I'm still attacking
Okay.
your b5 pawn, but
Okay. And if
yeah,
we trade the rooks, right?
yeah.
And then
I don't think you
so
have.
now aren't positions like this just like always drawn?
I'm not convinced. I'm I'm not
Yeah, I'm
convinced.
not convinced either. Like
um,
usually these things are drawn.
you need like if you had like one extra tempo and you could play rook a2 check or rook e2 check, then I'd be more convinced. But you're like one tempo is short. It feels like at least. I
Oh, do you mind if I turn on the engine?
oh yeah, I'll turn mine on too. Yeah, we've been looking at this for a while, long enough, so We can both turn it on.
Oh my gosh, it is a draw.
Wait, it is? Dude,
Yeah.
we suck.
What? Oh
at least
my
I do.
goodness.
Wow, this is totally a draw. Is it a draw from the beginning? Wait, no, it is winning.
That's nuts.
So,
What? So this is wait. Okay.
oh
So
my,
rook g1.
oh my gosh. So wait, if you go back to the position, so in the line where you do when you do play b5 on move 28, if you keep going down that line, where
Yeah.
I think we're on the same page, but move 32, rook e2.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh boy.
I'm supposed to sacrifice on h7,
Uh-huh.
and if you take with your king, queen f5 check,
Five. Oh my gosh.
and
Oh, because it all works because there's a triangulation
that's
message
crazy.
at the end.
That dude,
Unbelievable.
that's crazy. Oh yeah. I'm not finding that in a blitz game.
Nut.
I'm not finding that in a blitz game, but yeah, if queen takes
I'm
then
not finding that ever. You could give me a year and I would not see that. That's
ye
crazy.
ye of little faith. I think in a classical, assuming you
I'm
have
talking about starting from B5 and calculating that line.
starting from b5. Okay, yeah, starting from b5. That's tough. That's tough. Starting from b5 is tough.
Wow.
Um,
And if you don't find that, it's a draw.
wait, let
Oh
me
my gosh. Oh wait. Queen D4,
b5.
B5.
You're saying
Okay, yeah, you're probably actually gonna win this. Wow.
and if we go back to the
But if you do the natural thing where we have like the queen standoff, we end up trading queens,
yeah, it's a draw.
that
Yeah.
that is a draw.
Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, no, that's man. I'm dude. I'm learning my evaluations of these positions are awful. they're, not,
That's
they're,
crazy.
they're not even
You,
close to the
you just
truth.
have to know rook end games are drawn. That's just how it is.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and I'm seeing F6 was a mistake. My first one in the game, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
We played 18 good moves.
I'll start all the way from the beginning here. Where is the Yeah, actually, I had a big debate on whether or not I should play c4 on move 4.
Man, all in all, crazy game.
Yeah, no,
Computer gives us 91.88 accuracy.
yeah,
Pretty
dude.
darn good for a
Yeah, pretty
15
good.
minute game.
We're dude, pretty good. Yeah, like so. Yeah, but actually, after you played c5, I spent a long time thinking about c4 because I was actually thinking about like how bad would it be if I played bishop g2, and then you played d5, and then I played c4, and then you played d4, and I actually was like looking at that position, and I was like, and then you might play d4, and I thought this position would be really interesting. Um,
Okay, you cut out again.
oh my god, I
I
give
heard
up.
C5.
I give up. I give up. Yeah, the opening was really interesting. I thought I actually had a big debate on whether or not I should play e4.
I
Um,
didn't like it. Like I was very surprised by E4.
yeah,
I really thought you would just play knight D5 or something right away.
yeah, it's like it's. I guess it's committal. I guess it's pretty committal. Um, but I actually like this structure where like I'm kind of playing against any sort of d5 pawn break. It's like it reminds me of like a Maraxi bind type of position, except I have a being
Uh,
kettled light squared bishop.
Speaking of Moroxy Bind, before I turn the engine off, it thinks that knight C2 is the best move in
Yeah,
on move 11.
yeah, I
That's
see that
crazy.
too. That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
guess you prepare E4 by not allowing a big trade in the center. That's my
I
best guess.
I don't understand. No, I don't understand it at all. Knight c2.
It's saying knight C2. A6.
There is very patient play, like very, very
Uh,
slow,
engine
patient
things.
play.
Not my style. Tell you what.
Yeah, it was super. It was interesting though. Like it's very different.
I thought the game started to get interesting for me around knight e5 because the way I saw it, I have to time e6 perfectly.
Yeah, that's
Are you there?
interesting. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, if you can hear me. Um,
I can hear you.
that's wow, that's great. Like, oh, no, I wasn't scared of e6 because I can always go back to e3 with my knights, and I still thought my position was like so. I have like my static advantage of all this space with c4 and e4. I just thought that was good, and and if you
Hmm.
don't push d5, if you can't get in d5 successfully, I think I'll always have a small positional edge. That was my thought process at least.
I considered thinking like that. Honestly, I was like, okay, maybe I go for d5, but it's unrealistic. And I mean, I don't see any way you break through if I just stay still. You know?
That's true. It's gonna be a very slow game. It's gonna be a very slow game. I will say it does make sense that taking on c6 with my knight was a bad move. Looking at it now, that makes a lot of sense. Um, because I am trading off
You
more
said
pieces.
taking on c6 was a bad move.
Yeah.
It's funny because the move before it's the best move. I was convinced you would play it actually, and you would play bishop g7 there, like knight takes c6, bishop c6, bishop g7.
Oh man.
That's what I thought you would go for.
Okay. Queen c3
I
check.
was very surprised to see knight e3 actually.
Wait, really? No, no, no.
I mean, I really thought you would play knight c6. I didn't see any reason not to.
Well, I just didn't like after knight takes and um what was I thinking you're gonna play? Bishop? I guess bishop takes, I guess. Yeah. I guess my knight on d5 still controls f6, which is kind of nice.
You're cutting out again a little bit.
Oh, that's
It's
okay.
interesting.
I give up. It's interesting. I actually didn't consider it very much.
It's funny too because I can gain a tempo here compared to the position from the game. If after knight e3 I play knight takes d4, bishop d4, bishop d4, queen d4, and go for queen c7. Like I don't have to worry about bishop g7 and like taking with king or knight. I can just hang back. Makes more sense than what I did in the game.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, queen c7 wasn't great.
If anything, the one thing I have learned is that this opening or this type of game is not is we cannot play it in a rapid time control. We cannot.
Yeah, it's a shame too because I'm looking at the engine and like I was just a few moves away from sealing inequality.
That's what really is tough about these types of positions. Like I feel like this is the type of position that like if I had black and if a master had white, like they're gonna outplay me 99 times out of 100, and it's like I'm not gonna know what happened. So,
Yeah,
um,
that's kind of how I felt, honestly.
like, and so I think honestly these two training games have been really good. Like I think this game was. I feel like I've learned a lot about both positions. So good training games.
Yeah, they were fun.
Oh, dude, by the way, on move 12, after knight h5, I was really
Yeah,
considering g4. I spent like at least a minute calculating g4.
G4, huh?
It's not a good move. It's not a good move. But I was like, I spent so
I
long.
didn't think so. I
No,
thought I could just play bishop takes G4.
yes, you can. Yes, you can. But I was just like,
No, I was totally convinced you were going to play bishop F3.
Oh, bishop f3. That's an interesting move. I didn't consider it very
And
much.
I was gonna play knight back to F.
Oh, I see. Huh.
But yeah, Queen D2 caught me by surprise. That was the beginning and the end for me, I think.
A move that's not
Everyone
bad,
should
but you didn't expect it.
have played knight F6.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I was literally thinking to myself, like, what is the knight doing on h5? Like, I really didn't understand. Um.
I was thinking the same thing. But
Oh
I did
gosh.
want to take on D5, and I did see other ideas. I didn't want to play H5 either, or H6 or anything.
Yep.
It was too soon for E6 because you can play knight F6, bishop F6, knight C6, BC6, bishop takes F6, and queen D6, which is long line, but you end up winning a pawn.
Yeah.